just sort of being in that moment and sending it up. And that was something that was important to both Bill and I when we left home. It's like, look, we're not going to turn into the Louvin Brothers. You know, this is not a studio recording. We would have had a very different ethos if we had been in a studio, and we wouldn't have been, because I don't think either one of us would have been interested. It was the process that was interesting. Like, no, we just have to disappear into these songs. We're going to sing them like we're guys in the army sitting around a fire or something. We're just feeding wood into a fire. We just have to send the songs up into the air. It's not about are we in harmony, are we in unison, are we, you know, flamming against each other. It couldn't be about us. And you know, hey, did I sound good? Does the song sound alive? And as soon as it does, we get back on the train. That has to be the whole point of it. As far as like a visceral moment, I mean, we got off the train in San Antonio so we could spend some extra time in the old station. And we got in really late. The train was late that night. We got to a hotel, the old Gunter Hotel, at about 2 in the morning. And many of you may know, Gunter Hotel is significant because in room 414 of the Gunter Hotel in San Antonio was the site of the first of only 2 recordings made by Robert Johnson, who to me is as important as William Blake. You know, he's like Thomas Jefferson to me. We get there at 2 in the morning, we check in, we're completely exhausted, and the man checking us in slides the room key over to Bill, and he hands him room 414. So there Bill goes into this haunted suite, and the next morning we get up and we meet for coffee, and he says, you know, we have to do something in this room before we leave. I mean, why wouldn't we? So, you know, we got Ryan out of bed and dragged him into Bill's room, and we ended up recording a Jimmie Rogers song, very much aware that we were in, you know, in the presence of the ghost of Robert Johnson, or so we think. And then we learned later, Bill learns, that in the last years of his life, thank you, Barry, that Jimmie Rogers himself had lived in the Gunter Hotel, and we had chosen a Jimmie Rogers song. So as Bill says, we went looking for Robert Johnson, and we were, you know, when you call a seance, you deal with the ghost that shows up. You know,